Close your eyes. Take a breath in and let it out slowly. For the next 30 minutes, let go of the noise, the notifications, the deadlines, the chaos. They can wait. Right now, you are stepping into a sanctuary, a place where the divine speaks not in sermons but in silence, not in demands but in whispers. You are here because something deeper called you. Maybe it's a question you've carried for years. Maybe it's a longing for peace. Or maybe you just need to remember who you truly are. Whatever brought you here, trust it. Let's begin. Have you ever stood under a starry sky and felt impossibly small? Yet, in that same moment, didn't you also feel impossibly alive? Like the cosmos wand just above you, it was within you. Here's a secret. The same force that carved mountains, painted sunsets, and set galaxies spinning, breathes in you. You are not separate from the divine. You are its reflection. Think of a drop of water in the ocean. Does it fret about being just a drop? No, it knows it holds the ocean's depth in its tiny frame. You too carry infinity. When two carry infinity. When two carry infinity. When two count your worth. Remember, universe. So today, ask yourself, if I truly believed I was sacred, how would I live? How would I live? How would I speak? How would I live? A pause here and listen. What answer rises? God's favorite language isn't spoken in temples, it's spoken in small acts of love. The meal you shared with a grieving friend, the patience you showed your child, even the moment you chose kindness toward yourself after a mistake. These are prayers. These are hymns. These are hymns. These are hymns. Iggy, this week, a video went viral, a stranger paying for a struggling mother's groceries. Thousands called it faith in humanity restored. But here's the truth. That wasn't just humanity. That was the divine, working through human hands. So here's your mid-video assignment. Pause right now. Send a text to someone who's been heavy on your heart. Just 3 words. I am thinking of you. Feel that warmth in your chest. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. Every act of love echoes eternity. Let's talk about the storms, the anxiety keeping you awake, the grief that feels endless, the news cycle shouting despair. You might ask, if God loves me, why does life hurt so much? Imagine a caterpillar in its chrysalis. To the caterpillar, this feels like death. But the struggle but forces its wings to form. Your pain is not punishment, it's a sacred workshop. A place where fear is alchemized into faith. You've survived 100 of your worst days. That's not luck. That's grace. When you feel overwhelmed, say this: I am not alone in this storm. I am being shaped for what's ahead. Breathe that in. The divine isn't afraid of your anger, your tears, or your questions. Bring them all here. This is safe ground. Oh, before mountains rose or oceans roared, there was a whisper. A single boundless intention. Let there be light. But this light wasn't just to fill the void. It was a mirror, reflecting the infinite love of the Creator. You, sitting here now, are part of that same story. Every atom in your body was forged in the heart of stars. The same hands that painted the skies carved your spirit with purpose. You are not an accident. You are a deliberate, irreplaceable note in the symphony of existence. Think of a time you felt awe staring at a starlit sky, holding a newborn, or witnessing an act of courage. That ache in your chest, it's the echo of the divine, reminding you there's more to life than what you see. Go. Maybe life's chaos has dulled that whisper. Bills, deadlines, losses, they pile up like clouds hiding the sun. Let's pause. Close your eyes. Ask softly, what if this chaos isn't the end of the story? Spoiler, it's not. Life is a dance of light and shadow. We crave constant sunshine, but roots grow deepest in the dark. Every struggle you've faced, every tear, every doubt has been a sacred classroom. Maybe you were thinking, but why does it hurt so much? The divine doesn't promise a pain-free life. Instead, it offers this: you'll never walk alone. Think of a challenge you've overcome. Did you notice the subtle strength that carried you? The friend who called at just the right time? The sudden clarity in the middle of despair? That's grace, unseen, but unshakable. You are stronger than you know, because you are loved more than you know. The shadows, they are just proof the light is near. Let's talk about you, not the chew. The world sees the titles, the roles, the filters, the real you, the soul that existed before time and will outlast it. The divine says, you are mine, not because you earned it, but because love is your birthright. Yet we often hide, ashamed of our scars. Here's a truth: your wounds are not flaws. They're portals for light to flood in. Pause for reflection. Take a breath. Say to yourself, I am enough. I am seen. I am loved not despite my brokenness, but because of it. When you internalize this, fear loses its grip. Comparison fades. You walk lighter because your worth isn't a prize to win. It's a gift given freely. None of us are meant to journey alone. Every person you meet, the barista, the stranger, even the one who hurt you, is a mirror of the divine. Yes, even that person. Love isn't a transaction. It's a rhythm, a heartbeat. When you feed the hungry, forgivable, or simply listen without judgment, you step into the flow of creation. You become God with skin on for someone else. But here's the secret. You don't need to save the world. Just bring your authentic self. A smile, a prayer, a moment of presence. These ripple farther than you'll ever know. Time feels like a tyrant, doesn't it? Clocks ticking, deadlines looming. But the divine lives outside time, to eternity. Your life isn't a dash between two dates. It's a masterpiece in progress. Regrets, they lessons, not life sentences. The past, a teacher, not a jailer. The future, a canvas, not a threat. Your greatest legacy won't be what you achieve, but how you loved and love. It never dies. It echoes in generations you'll never meet. So breathe. You have time. You air. Time, a sacred vessel of now. Gratitude isn't just a habit, it's alchemy. It turns not enough into abundance, fear into trust. Today, name 3 things you were grateful for. The smell of rain, a warm meal, a memory that makes you smile. These are love notes from the divine, and in hard seasons, dig deeper. Thank the pain for teaching you resilience. Thank the night for making stars visible. Gratitude isn't denial, it's rebellion against despair. This is your awakening, not to a new religion, but to your true self, the self that's always been loved. The divine isn't waiting for you to get it right. It's whispering, come as you are. Bring your doubts, your dreams, your messy heart. Let's walk together. Your purpose isn't a job title. It's to love deeply, live authentically, and leave trails of light wherever you go. The rest, details. Maybe you're here because life feels loud, like static, drowning out what really matters. Or maybe you were curious. Is there more to faith than fear and formulas? Whatever brought you, welcome. This isn't a lecture. It's a map on that leads you back to you too. Ready to begin, let's quiet the noise and listen to a very journey. Starts with a spark, a question, a longing. Maybe yours whispers, why am I here? Or what if I'm missing something bigger? That spark, it's your soul's GPS, ancient, eternal, and wildly persistent. Eternal and wildly persistent. It's why you ache when life feels shallow, why success sometimes leaves you empty. The divine isn't a distant judge, it's the fire in your bones urging you to dig deeper. Think of a moment you felt truly alive, helping a stranger, creating art, or standing in awe of nature. That one random, it was your soul saying, This is why we were here. But the world loves to smother sparks, routines, expectations, the endless scroll. So let's reclaim yours. Grab a pen. Write down one thing that makes your soul feel electric. No rules, just truth. Hold on to that. It's your first clue. Eddie, let's talk about the storm. The chaos inside and out, doubt, loss, heartbreak, weave, all stood in the rain, wondering, where's the rescue? Where's the miracle? Here's the secret. The storm isn't your enemy. It's your alchemist. Think of a hardship that transformed you. Maybe it broke you open, but you grew wiser, Kinder. More, you grew wiser. Kinder, more do you too. That's the divine at work, not causing pain, but weaving gold from your grit. You are stronger than any storm. Why? Because you carry a sanctuary within, a place no chaos can touch. Imagine a light in your chest, warm and unshakable. That's your soul, your forever safe place. Breathe, you never stranded. Just rediscovering your strength. D, everyone's selling answers, religions, gurus, self-help books. But what if you already hold the compass? The divine speaks in a language only you fully understand. Through goosebumps when truth hits. Through anger at injustice. Through peace that defies logic. Your intuition isn't random, it's divine intelligence. But we've been trained to doubt it, to overthink, to seek permission. So let's try an experiment. Next time you're stuck, ask, what would my soul do? Not your fears, not your ego, your soul. Then listen. Listen. The answer might surprise you. Your compass is wiser than you think. Trust it. Faith isn't about falling in line. It's about rebellion. Jesus flipped tables. Buddha left his palace. Rumi wrote love poems in a war zone. The divine thrives in holy defiance against hate. Greed, defiance against hate. Greed, and the lie that you read too much or not enough. What's your rebellion? Choosing rest in a grind culture. Forgiving when revenge feels easier. Loving loudly in a world that profits from fear. This isn't about grand gestures. It's about grand gestures. It's about small, stubborn acts of light. Your rebellion matters because every time you choose love over fear, you turn the tide. You are not a lone star. You're part of a constellation. Every life you touch, every smile, every wound ripples across the cosmos. The cashier who lit up when you asked about her day, the friend you forgave, the stranger who changed you with one sentence. Divine threads weaving us together. But here's the twist. You don't need to save anyone. Just show up. Be human, messy, real. That's how light spreads. Now, close your eyes. Listen. Beneath the surface of your daily life, beyond the to-do lists, the notifications, the endless rush, there's a rhythm, a pulse older than time, yet alive in your breath right now. You've felt it, haven't you? That flicker of something more, when you least expect it. A déjà vu, a dream that lingers, a stranger's words that feel like a message. This isn't coincidence. It's an invitation. We're diving into the unseen, the mysteries, the paradoxes, and the quiet magic that shapes your journey. No recycled platitudes. No recycled ideas. Just fresh, soul-stirring truth, ready to decode the symphony. Let's begin. Divinity thrives in paradox. To find yourself, you must lose yourself. To gain strength, you must surrender. To live fully, you must die daily to ego, to fear, to the illusion of control. Think of a paradox in your own life. Maybe love that grew from loss, purpose that emerged from confusion. The divine doesn't erase life's contradictions, it dances in them. But we resist paradox. We want answers, not mysteries. Yet the most profound truths are often found in tension. What if your deepest questions aren't meant to be solved, but lived? Your soul already knows this. It's why you hear. A modern life runs on artificial tempo, productivity hacks, hustle culture, 24/7 noise. But your soul operates on an ancient rhythm, rest and creation, silence and song, giving and receiving. When you ignore this rhythm, you burn out, you numb out, you forget who you are. Let's reset. The divine isn't a taskmaster, it's a conductor, guiding you back to harmony. Your only job, listen. Not all truth is visible, love, faith, intuition. These are the currencies of the unseen realm, the dimension where the divine speaks loudest. You've heard it. A gut feeling you couldn't ignore. A synchronicity that felt scripted. A prayer answered in ways you never expected. Science calls this quantum mystery. Faith calls it God's hand. But labels don't matter. What matters is this. You are wired to navigate the unseen. Try this tonight. Before sleep, whisper one question to the divine. Then pay attention. Dreams, random thoughts? A song on the radio? The answer may come, but not in words. Presence is the alchemy that turns ordinary moments into sacred ones. A meal becomes communion. A walk becomes prayer. A conversation becomes a lifeline. But presence is a rebellion. It means putting down the phone, ignoring the mental clutter, showing up fully even when it's uncomfortable. Let's practice right now. Feel the weight of your body. Hear the faintest sound in the room. Notice the space between breath. This is where the divine lives, not in grand cathedrals, but in the cracks of your attention. The more you show up, the more life shimmers. You think your life is small, a drop in the ocean. But every choice, every act of kindness, every moment of courage echoes. The smile you gave a stranger, it altered their day. The truth you spoke, it dismantled a lie. The love you withheld, it taught someone to seek healing. You're not just living, you're a story. You're scripting echoes for generations unborn. The divine sees the full tapestry threads you'll never trace. So live like your echoes matter, because they do. Whether you're here seeking clarity, courage, or a spark of joy, know this. You are exactly where you need to be. Let's unravel the mysteries of divine timing, the magic of stillness, and the art of trusting the unseen, ready to wander off the map. Let's begin. Te I. Humanity races against clocks, but the divine dances with seasons. Divine timing isn't a delay, it's an orchestration. Think of a dream that felt years late, only to arrive perfectly when you were ready. That's the cosmos at work. Interactive chant. Here, name one desire you were impatient to fulfill. Let that weight lift. That weight lift. The universe honors preparedness over hurry. Your not yet might be saving you from a never right. Silence isn't empty, it's a cathedral. The divine often speaks loudest when the world goes quiet, yet we fear silence, filling it with noise. What if you dared to sit in stillness? Close your eyes for 5 seconds. Hear your heartbeat, that's the divine's drum. The space between breaths, that's where wisdom waits. In silence, you're not alone. You're in communion with the infinite. Surrender isn't defeat, it's rebirth. It's releasing the illusion of control to embrace a higher plan. Recall a time you clung tightly to an outcome, only to find something better emerged when you let go. That's alchemy. What are you white-knuckling today? Imagine exhaling it into the universe's hands. What freedom awaits? Surrender isn't passive. It's active trust in a script wiser than yours. Spirituality isn't a diploma, it's a lifelong curriculum. Every joy, every loss, every stranger is your teacher. Even that co-worker who tests your patience. A masterclass in grace tonight. Journal one lesson from a recent messy moment. How did it stretch your soul? The divine thrives in curious hearts. Stay hungry, stay humble, and the universe will keep gifting you wonders. God dances in sunbeams, paints in sunsets, and laughs in thunder. Why have we made faith so solemn? Play isn't trivial, it's prayer in motion. Sing off-key, dance badly. Let joy be your offering, do one pointless. Think today cloud watching, doodling, skipping. Notice how lightness follows. The universe began with a big bang. Not a whispered hymn, remember. You are invited to the party. Your soul is a unique tile in heaven's mosaic. Different hues, textures, stories all essential. The atheist, a mirror of holy questions. The immigrant, a testament to divine courage. The foe, a lesson in love's edges. Challenges your idea of sacred. Could they be a reflection of the divine in disguise? Duality isn't uniformity. It's the art of seeing God in every shard, We're not chasing perfection. We're diving into the cracks where grace glows brightest, where laughter heals, questions liberate, and your flaws become sacred art. This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about falling in love with the masterpiece you already are. Ready? Let's get gloriously unstuck. Perfection is a myth. But scars, they're holy. In Japan, artists mend broken pottery with gold, believing the breakage is part of its story. Your flaws are not mistakes, they're portals. That anxiety, a compass pointing to growth. That failure, a map to resilience. Grab a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, say, my cracks, let the divine shine through. Feel that. That's truth, that. Ever noticed how the universe loves a punchline? You plan a perfect day, then it rains. You chase control, then life sends a plot twist. What if the divine is laughing with you, not at you? Not to mock, but to remind, relax, the script is better than you think. Hey, recall a disaster that later became a blessing. Write it down. Now laugh. That's your soul high-fiving the cosmos. You are not a solo act. You're a chorus. Generations hum in your DNA. Their resilience, their joy, their unresolved pain. Reflective question. Reflective question. Yes. What inherited story weighs on you? What ancestral strength fuels you? Kati? Honor them by living your truth, not repeating theirs. The divine lives in lineage and liberation. Dear rebellion isn't. Dear rebellion isn't always grand. Sometimes it's whispering no to burnout, or singing off-key in traffic, or resting when the world says quiet revolutions. That thing you love but hide, unleash it. The world but hide, unleash it. The world needs your weird. Do one unproductive act today. Blow bubbles, talk to a plant, rebel against the mundane. If faith isn't about certainty, it's about curiosity. Every whys is a prayer. Every what if is a prairie. Every whys. Die Zeit ist weit wir. If ever be a racism. Man was has it here as a judge. Effel. Everyone has just like others and haggard 50 as a different. And no. Never say into so known intent, Jim each other, certits, and tell does he. It is his nettle, gorgeous chat. It is a. And we are take what you'll be open nature, but you rich and get ill. Take a breath. Look around. The ordinary moments you rush through, the sip of coffee, the walk to work, the sigh before sleep are not filler. They ray the texture of the divine. Let's slow down. We're uncovering the sacred hiding in plain sight, the miracles of the mundane, the grace of not knowing, and the freedom forgiveness offers. No grand gestures, just quiet truth, ready to see the world anew. Let's begin. Yea, a monk once said, wash your bowl as if it's the chalice of the divine. What if folding laundry, stirring soup, or waiting in traffic could become acts of worship? Next time you do a chore, whisper, this is holy. Feel the shift. That's presence turning routine into ritual. The divine isn't just in cathedrals, it's in the creak of your chair, the hum of the fridge, the rhythm of your breath. Uncertainty terrifies us, but what if it's the universe way of saying, trust me, I've got wonders you can plan. You can't plan. Think of a time the unexpected brought you joy, a detour that led to a sunset, a cancelled plan that gifted rest. Write down one fear about the future. Now tear it up. Say, yeah, I surrender to the mystery, dear. Feel lighter. That's faith. If forgiveness isn't about them, it's about you. Holding resentment is drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. I release you, not for them, for your peace. The divine doesn't ask you to condone, just to stop letting pain rent space in your soul. You have a purpose, but it's simpler than you think. You don't need to move mountains or go viral. Just do this. Look for the divine in the ordinary, in the steam rising from your morning coffee, in the laughter of a stranger, in the quiet after the storm. Your assignment today, pick one. First listen, to someone's story without interrupting. Second, fill a backpack with socks and snacks for the homeless. Third, creating. Write, paint, garden, make something that feels like joy. God's message isn't hidden in ancient scroll. The God's message isn't hidden in ancient scrolls. It's written in the moments you choose love over fear. So go be human, be messy, be radiant. And if you accept this mission, type I accept the assignment below. Let's flood the comments with light. Hey, this journey doesn't end here. The divine is in your next breath, your next act of courage. If this resonated with you, tap subscribe. Keep exploring life's sacred questions together. Share this video with someone who needs these words today and tonight. Before you sleep, ask yourself and tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself, where did I see the divine today? The answer might surprise you. You are never alone. You are endlessly loved. And you, yes, are how God heals the world. Go shine.